we got to look at Russell Brand, boss. Oh my God. I mean, this is problematic. This guy, he used to be like a woke guy, but can I tell you, I've always had issues with him because he always felt like man bun guru guy. If you go into metaphysical, like healing spaces, whether it's yoga, whether it's Pilates, you go into some type of environment like that where there are a lot of young women engaging in the pursuit, there's always man bun creeper guy, okay? There's always some guy who has a man bun, and he's usually really gaunt, like a vegan. He'll have a scraggly beard, and he's always like super nice, like extraordinarily nice. Will do anything, go out of his way, anyway, to help any of the women. But he's like a creeper. You can look at him and you can just tell this guy is like laying the groundwork everywhere. And if he ever goes out and gives one of these women a ride home, they're not going to remember the night. He's going to like take them out for a drink and he pull out a pack of powder, you know? And you can just sort of spot these guys. They have a vibe that is like too nice, okay? Too amenable. And so he always reminded me of that culty guru-y sort of weirdo guy, right? And like that always bothered me. So when there was like a rape charge on him, I was not surprised when allegations came out because I was like, yeah, it kind of fits the profile. But of course, as soon as he got a rape charge, he became a born-again Christian, and then he became a Republican. So now here he is on a Megyn Kelly show.
In Europe and in the United Kingdom where I'm from, the age of consent is 16, and I did sleep with a 16-year-old when I was 30. But when I was 30, I was a very different person. I was a lot younger, and I was an immature 30-year-old. Consensual sex, actually, with a variety of people, when there is a strong power differential, as there is when you're a famous man that has the ability to attract women that I had at that time,
dude, what a creep.
I think involves exploitation. I think it is exploitative. I recognize that my sexual conduct in the past was selfish, and I did not apply enough consideration.
The word you're looking for there is rape, okay? You fucking piece of shit. Let me help you out. I know you're looking for a word. The word you're looking for is rape, all right? That's what it is, bro. When you're a Mr. Famous guy pulling some 16-year-old ensnared woman, oh, you're a young 30. Fuck off, bro. You can go to a young prison, okay? We'll put you in a young prison for your young 30.
I did not apply enough consideration, barely any, I suppose, really,
I suppose,
to how that sex was affecting other people.
And just so you know, Russell, that's what rapists do, okay? They use their power to seduce women and to get them sexually involved, and they don't consider the woman's experience at all. They don't consider how their power abuse is affecting women at all. But now I want to look at this because there's a number of things here. Like, first off, let's look at like the 10-pound cross that homie's got around his neck. And let's for a moment here, like, hone in on how these abusers and these weirdo freaks always use religion, right? He wears this ginormous cross, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to get honest. I was a young 30, the age of consent. You know, it was, yeah, there's a power differential. I realize now how wrong I was, but I've got this huge cross, right? I got this Jesus cross on, and I'm being honest here. And so like we're done, right? I'm not going to prison. I'm cool. I can just go be a Republican now and pretend like all this abuse never happened, right? It is so toxic. They use this shit, guys. This is another issue with religion, because religion creates a singular higher power that you can cry to and beg for forgiveness. And no matter what you've done, you get a reboot. Okay. And you can do that endlessly as long as you genuinely beg for forgiveness. So abusers and sociopaths and rotten fucking people, they flock to religion. It is the place they go because it is the place where their deviant, abusive selves can exist, and they can constantly break down and feel the pain of the harm they've caused and acquire some of that redemption and begin anew until it happens again. So that is why it is so incredibly toxic. It's a haven. Not every religious person is a rotten, horrible person, but every rotten, horrible person is going to eventually find their way to religion, and they're going to use that shit. Okay? Most of the religion is literally like abusers. I swear to you, it's like, I think it's like 90% abusers, man. It is so crazy. But now, guys, here's where it gets really crazy. The 16-year-old girl accused Brand of SA, guys. The girl he's talking about in the video accused him of SA, saying he forced, his unit and made her choke, okay? And then she punched him in the stomach, and then he fled. And she said he groomed her, was calling her the child, and he was emotionally abusive and controlling. So now, here's what's wild, though, is Megyn Kelly. Watch Megyn here.
Then came all the allegations, the alleged sexual assault and rape and blah, blah, blah. And it first came in this UK, quote, documentary, and they use that term very loosely there and here. And I'll tell you up front, I was angry when I saw that because they did it in such a compelling way that, especially the stuff about the 16-year-old, that I was angry with you. I believed what they said, or at least believed that there was enough smoke, there might be fire. And said to the audience at the time, the conservative movement doesn't need somebody like that. Like, we love what he's saying about COVID, but if this is a guy who's sexually assaulting women and taking advantage of 16-year-olds, we need to move on without him. And felt that anger for a couple of years around you, because I just thought it was so reckless and it was so wrong. And I knew that it might be false, but it seemed overwhelming, the way that they presented the evidence. And then the more I looked at it, the more I started to recognize I might not know the full story. And honestly, I just reevaluated the whole thing and thought I need to be open-minded to having been wrong in my initial assessments. And I'm interested in a conversation about it all.
Dude, so she's like, oh, I was mad at you, but like now I'm ready to have a conversation because maybe it wasn't true. Why does Megyn Kelly keep doing this?
My own personal opinion is most of the allegations against him are much more complicated than the mainstream media would have you believe. And I don't think Donald Trump is a rapist or a sexual assaulter. I do think he's taken inappropriate liberties with women and gotten handsy with them in a way he's owned himself. Okay. Years ago when he was a celebrity, and it is what it is. That's the past. But it's just about so much more than that. We are talking about
watch this.
How many people dying at the southern border because of the invasion that we've suffered under Joe Biden. We're talking about Laken Riley, whose killer was let in under Biden. We put him on a taxpayer flight down to Georgia where he murdered her. I don't give a shit about Trump getting handsy with somebody 20 years ago. I want someone who will close the border, which he has. I want someone who will keep boys out of my daughter's sports, which he has. I want someone who will stand up to the insane DEI policies so that white kids will stop hearing in school that they're born with some original sin from which they cannot recover.
Dude, isn't that crazy? She doesn't care if Trump rapes her daughter as long as he closes the border, hates trans people, and gets rid of DEI. Like, she's fucking insane. What world is she living in? Getting handsy with somebody 20 years ago? Like, bro, he was Epstein's best friend, you fucking hag. Dude, yeah, that is mental. So if you're wondering why Megyn Kelly is now entertaining Russell Brand, there you go. She does not care if men grape young women. She doesn't care. Men grape teenagers, she's fine with it as long as you're anti-trans, pro-white, and anti-immigrant. That's it. If you check those 3 boxes, you can go take a shot at her daughter, dude. She's cool. Oh, wait, no, not her daughter. You have to do it to somebody else's daughter. If you did it to her daughter, I'm sure she would act like it was a capital crime, that like nobody had ever committed a crime like that ever in the history. But if she does it to your daughter 20 years ago, yeah, she's fine with that. As long as, you know, trans people are booted out of her fucking school. Isn't that crazy? Like, just, I mean, look at his eyes too, dude. Dude, just messed up. And of course, though, he's got the 10-pound cross, okay? That is the key, guys. The huge, I got like a Caroline Levitt size XXL cross on there. Jesuit. He's like, I am reformed. It is wild, man. The grapist to MAGA pipeline is a crazy one. It is a direct ride. It is a 2-minute subway stop. Dude, so dirty. Like, she is so dirty. She just doesn't care. She just does not care, man. Isn't that wild? Like, I just don't get it. Like, for me, I want, you know, Medicare for all. But, like, I don't want Medicare for all from a guy who's getting handsy with teenage girls. I mean, call me crazy. If you're getting handsy with teenage girls, I don't want you working for me at all. I don't want you representing me. I don't want you having power. I don't want you having power over me. I don't want you giving me power. I just want you in the clink or a boot in your ass. I don't understand that mentality where she's like, as long as you do these things I want you to do politically, I don't even care who you are as a person. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.